Hi, I'm here with this week's happiness strategy. I'll be following the same format as I have been, and I'll read aloud our weekly featured article. Every week I read an article that I share on Empowered Living on my website, and I also share it out on Thrive Global. I share both the video article as well as some other tips, strategies, and articles out every Thursday morning in my weekly note. The weekly note is called M's Weekly Inspiration, and if you're not already signed up to receive those notes, you can do so by following the link that I'll share below this video. So our weekly featured article this week is called When You Stop Separating from Your Truth, You'll Start Seeing Love All Around You. How often do you feel at odds with the world around you? There are lots of reasons, past and present, to question humanity. The weight of current injustices and past human atrocities can cause all who house a human spirit to feel unnerved. When we view the world through a fear-based lens, we automatically separate from our inner truth. Our truth is our inner spirit. It's pure love. When we align our perspective with our inner truth, the world around us begins to look and feel different. Aligning with our truth doesn't erase the darkness in our world and humanity. There will always be darkness and light. The contrast exists to help steer us toward feeling a deeper sense of love. In order to experience connected perspective, we have to choose to tune in and awaken our inner truth and wisdom. When we connect inward and stay grounded in our truth, we approach our external world with new intention. Any situation can be softened with love. Love doesn't excuse or erase, but it does transform our worldview and momentum moving forward. This moment right now is all any of us ever has. How we view, experience, and act right now is the determining factor that shapes our future moments. We can advocate for ourselves and others through the eyes of love, connected to our truth. We can experience presence and gratitude in our moments by staying aligned with our inner truth and source of love. This may all sound like a giant leap of faith and perhaps a bit out of touch with reality. Bad stuff happens to all kinds of good people. Shouting from the mountaintops and getting sweet revenge may seem like the powerful route to creating needed change. But that loud approach only leads us to separate further from our truth. Staying connected to our inner truth requires commitment. The commitment is between you and you. In order to be in alignment, you must care about how you feel on a moment-to-moment basis. You'll need to trust your feelings as the loud sign for how aligned or separated you are from your truth. Being aligned with inner truth is how we stay in touch with reality from a grounded perspective. Our grounded perspective has consideration for humanity and embraces our interconnectedness. I get how challenging it can be to stay connected to inner truth. External noise and influence from the important people around us can entice us to want to separate from our truth. When we spent most of our lives viewing our world and each other through a clouded view of judgment, separateness, and fear, dropping into love and truth can feel like a vulnerable shift. Seeing love where others may see hate and fear can feel like you're pioneering through new territory. But the territory isn't new at all. When we view the world through connected perspective, we shine light on the dark corners we used to oppose or hide from. We get to experience ourselves and others from our inner view. Much like taking in a beautiful sunrise, it always feels good to witness the world through light and love. A powerful way to practice alignment is to approach your day like it's the unfolding of a beautiful sunrise. Instead of rushing into a frantic pace of to-dos, stories, and judgments, open your eyes to see yourself and your surroundings through the view of a brand new day. Spend your first few minutes giving thanks for the gifts around you. Allow that feeling to sink in and awaken your inner spirit. As you go about your day, invite yourself to see and experience the world before you through the eyes of love. Ask yourself often, what would love do here? It's a daily practice and perspective worth trying on. I'd like to share this poem I wrote called What Would Love Do Here? It's a poem about taking accountability to view life, life's obstacles, hardships, and prejudices through the eyes of love. When we view any situation through love, we free ourselves from the dark. The choice is always ours, perhaps a timely reminder. What would love do here? A poem. What would love do? How might love transform our view? We don't have to get caught in the noise to search, judge, and prove. We aren't in the dark. All we need, we choose. Fear, confusion, and growing uncertainty add fuel to the wildfire, but this way of life needn't be. When what we desire is peace, love, and light, we must simply connect inward, stand still, and be clear. Then ask the important question, what would love do here? Love is forgiving and love is kind. Love changes everything we see, feel, and find. When you want darkness to pass and space to feel free, just ask the question and let love help you see. So that's this week's inspiration and happiness strategy. And I really do encourage and invite you all to try on this practice. It is a moment-to-moment practice. I get how challenging that can be. It's something that I practice every day and still wake up every day and still stumble through. But whenever I get in those places where I don't feel good, it is all about just coming back to how we feel in our bodies and using that as our important guide, as the information to kind of know where we need to shift to next. But whenever I don't feel good and I ask myself that question, what would love do here? It does change everything, and the actions that I choose to take based on that perspective always create new momentum that leads me to experiencing more happiness and joy, and to seeing others before me in their light, or other situations before me through, a lighter perspective. Because I think we can, we all have that choice within us. We can choose to focus on the things that we don't like about ourselves or our lives or other people or experiences around us, just as easily as we can choose to focus in on the things that we do appreciate and that we are grateful for, and to just look for those human qualities in other people around us, to just experiencing them in that light. And I find when I get stuck in patterns of not doing this, again, I feel it in my body. It doesn't feel good to be in judgment of other people, or to choose to kind of see the negative in different situations. And so, just gaining that self-awareness is really helpful. And it is a practice. It's a life practice to try on every day, and just to guide your life from that place and knowing that you can always course correct and you can always change your mind and see what's before you through a different perspective, and just reminding ourselves to view whatever is before us through the eyes of love is what helps us to align to our inner truth, and to proceed in our lives from that place. And that place is always a place that feels good. So I just invite you to try this on this week. Just, even anytime you catch yourself just where you're not feeling great, just to ask yourself that question, what would love do here? And just see what shifts for you. And I just hope that you have an amazing week, and I look forward to connecting again soon. Thank you.